how brilliant they are, but we'll give them a little go. Okay, so I hope you're well today. The plan was, I've been at my desk all morning. I'm sure many of you are the same. So I just wanted to have just a quick little, probably about 20-minute stretch, just to kind of see how everything is, check in with the body a little bit and see how it feels. So we are at 12 o'clock. I'm just going to grab a little bit of this and then we shall get going. Hope you're well today. I think I've had to be reminded at least 4 times what day it is today. I think the bank holiday, alongside everything else, just meant I'm absolutely clueless as to what day it is. But there we go. Okay, hopefully that looks okay. I'm guessing you can hear me, all that sort of stuff. So we shall get going. Okay, seated pose then. Let's just start by taking a few breaths down to the belly. So sitting up nice and tall. Just take a nice big deep breath in, feeling that breath go down to your belly. And then exhaling out the mouth. We can start to bring the hands down to the sides, the palms out. Take that inhale to lift all the way up, nice and tall. Easy exhale out the mouth. Brings the hands down to the chest. And just plug those thumbs into the heartbeat. Find that nice, easy rhythm. Two more times, just the same. Big inhale floats you up. Easy exhale softens you back down. And one more time. Big inhale. Easy exhale. And while we have the thumbs on the heartbeat, it's a good time to scan through the body and just notice how it feels. Maybe the connection between the fingertips. Just noticing all those points you're connected to the ground. We'll then just start to draw that attention towards the breath. Without changing it too much, just noticing if it's high in the chest, maybe a little lower in the belly, if it feels quick or slow. And finally the mind. Just want you to notice how you feel right this moment. And we can just start to bring those hands down towards the knees, sitting up nice and tall. And we'll take a cat-cow in the seated pose. So if you're happy to, I just want you to place your hands onto that leg in the front. So just holding on to it. I'll come to the side just to show you. So I'm holding on. I'm going to take an inhale and lift the chest, curling my spine. So I'm looking all the way up towards the ceiling, pushing the elbows in towards me. And as I exhale, curling the spine, so I push my back away from my chest, looking down in between my legs. So your inhale takes you up into cow, so I'm pushing my chest forward. And then your exhale curls you through to cat, looking between the legs. 2 more just the same. So the inhale, we bring it through. And exhale, curl the spine. And one more big inhale, roll it through. And then exhale. Come towards your neutral spine for me. Once you're there, sitting up nice and tall again, I want you to take your inhale and then lift those hands up towards the ceiling. You're going to take your left hand and hold onto your right wrist. Take a big inhale to lengthen, and then as you exhale, leaning over to the left. So I'm just getting that big old stretch. Inhale back up to the top. Switch the hands over. So right hand onto left. Take a big inhale. Exhale, lean it all the way over to that side. And we'll do that again one more time. So we inhale, lift up. Totally got my left and rights wrong there, but we lift up, really got two sides. Lean it over. Good. Inhale, lift up. And one more time. So switching those wrists, just lengthening and stretching. Good. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, gentle forward fold. So lean it forward, bringing the hands down towards the ground. Give your bum that little wiggle. And remember, you can place those hands wherever you're most comfortable. I want you to take 2 breaths there for me. So on your exhales, just try and soften down a little bit deeper. On your next inhale, slowly start to lift your chest. Walk those hands in and send them behind you. And then from this pose, inhale, lift your hips. Try and relax your back and look backwards. So just trying to stretch in towards the bottom of the hips. Slowly roll back this way so I can just see the laptop. Hopefully you can hear me a little bit better. Coming in towards box pose, that nice flat back once you're there. And what we're going to do is take some opposite arms to legs stretching out. And I want you to see if once you've taken them out, you can bend them both in towards each other and see if you can touch your elbow to your knee and then send them out again. So we're going to do that 3 times on each side. If you need to pause in between and come back to box pose, then do, just see how it feels, okay? So looking forward, I want you to send your right leg out behind you. Inhale up that left hand. Take a big inhale, look forward. Exhale, see if you can sweep the knee and the elbow together. Maybe they can touch. And then exhale, send them all the way out. Good. 2 more the same. So bring it in and send it away. And last one, keep going. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, send it away. Good. Come back towards box pose. Have a little shimmy around if you need it. Come off the wrists if you need it. And I'll do the same thing for the other side. So it's going to be my left leg going out behind me. Inhale up that right hand. Take a nice big inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, bending both. So I'm curling the spine as we bring them in. And then pushing them away, straightening the back again. 2 more for me. So nice and slow. Bring it in. And send it away. And one more time, bring it in. And send it away. Good. Come back towards your box pose. Have a little shimmy around in between. Wag your bum around a little bit. Move the shoulders a little bit if they need it. And then we can slowly start to come into that down dog pose. Moving your hands just a little further away from the body. Curl the toes. Take a nice big inhale to lift up. Bums nice and high, heels off the ground. And have that little pedal into the feet. Little walk around. Give your head a little shake maybe. And bring, if it feels good to, try and take your feet to the width of your mat. Really lean back here, get the stretch in the back of the legs. Then we'll bring our feet a little closer together. And we're just going to come into our down dog to up dog. The first one we'll do running onto the knees. So inhale, lift up to your tiptoes. Roll the body forward into plank, nice and slow little wave. Drop those knees down, uncurl the toes. Gently lean forward with the hips, keeping the chest high for a little easy up dog. Then we're going to come back onto the knees, curl the toes, big push to down dog again. Lift it up, head on the feet. We'll do that 2 more times. So if you wanted to, this time we inhale up to the tiptoes, roll it forward. Keep those hips all the way there. We're going to come down with the hips and the knees stay up. So coming into your up dog in that position. But if you prefer, remember you can drop those knees, uncurl the toes, have a little rock. If you can, we'll come back to down dog from this pose. So inhale, lift the hips straight up and back. Good. Pedal into those feet. And then this last one, just go for whichever feels best for you today. So inhale, lift up, roll it forward to plank, either coming down onto those knees or just lowering the hips straight away. I want you to relax the legs down this time, relax the feet, and gently sway side to side. Almost seeing if you can start to look over the shoulders. So as I lean towards my left, I look over that right shoulder. I lean over to the right and look over my left shoulder. Good. Nice big deep breaths. And we'll come back to our down dog. So curl those toes, come onto the knees to start with, and then run up to down dog for me. Pedal those up into that forward fold. Definitely rearrange your clothes today. There we go. Feet hip distance apart, so 2 fists between your big toes. And we'll take our little ragdoll here. So hands to opposite elbows, relax your head down. Sway side to side. Take a big deep breath in. And exhale, relax those hands down towards the ground. So from this pose, I actually want to stretch in towards our calves a little bit more. So we want to try and bring our hands down. So it can be your fingertips, it might be your hands completely flat. Just see what feels best. I'm going to move towards the middle of my mat, but just a little bit more so you can see. You could also take a cushion or a block and place your hands on this as well. So if you found that the ground was a little bit too low for you, you can hold on to something. What we're going to do in this pose, even if those knees are bent, is I want you to inhale and lift up towards the balls of your feet, towards your toes, and then exhale back down. So you could use something to get you a little bit higher if that's more comfortable. Inhale, lift up, and then exhale down. Okay, so wherever you need to be, and we'll do that 3 times together. So hold on, you can bend the knees if you prefer. Inhale, lift it up, so you should be leaning forward a little bit. And exhale back down. Okay, 2 more the same. So inhale lifts you up. Exhale down. And that last one, big inhale lifts you up. And exhale down. Good. In this position, this is my little challenge for you. I want you to see if you can roll up towards your tiptoes. And then from that position, see if you can lean to your left and pick your right foot up. Bend your knee, I can't do it on my block. Bend your knee and then bring it up towards your bottom. So I'm on my tiptoes of my left foot. I'm bringing that leg in and then I'm going to bring it back down and roll onto my feet. Bend those knees. I know this is quite a big stretch for the legs. Let's try that on the other side. So we inhale, lift it up towards the balls of our feet. Lean to your right, see if you can pick up that left foot. Hug in towards your bottom. And then bring it down. Good. Roll back onto the feet. Bend those knees. Inhale, roll up to stand. Squeeze the tummy as you go. Head's the last thing up. Good. Have that little shimmy once you're there. Well done. A little challenge for you. Bend those knees. We're going to come all the way up from mountain pose. Hands above the head. On that exhale, if it feels good, very gentle back bend. Inhale up to the top, exhale, swan dive down. So hands to shoulders, stick the bums out, bend the knees as soon as you need to so the hands can come to the ground again. Taking that right leg back to low lunge for me. So just shift it back, rocking those hips a little bit once you're there. Settle in. Coming into twisted lunge, so right hand down, inhale that left hand nice and high. And then as you exhale, I want you to semicircle this left hand, so bring it forward towards the body, looking out in front, and then exhale it down. Onto your open side, so left hand down, inhale your right hand all the way up, and then the same thing, you'll semicircle here, so bring it overhead so it's out in front of you, and then exhale it down. Good. From this position, drop that back knee, uncurl the toes. Coming back to a little runner's lunge, so nice, simple, easy one here. Roll yourself back. You can keep that bend in the left knee, if that feels more comfortable for you. You can try to straighten the leg, lean forward, maybe grab the toes. You can try and lift the bottom a little bit higher. Shift the hips, just wherever feels best today. So nice and easy. Keep those knees nice and soft. Take a big inhale. Exhale, roll back out to your low lunge. So leaning it forward, curl the toes, lift the back knee, bring your right leg forward to your forward fold again. So bend that knee, shift the weight forward, pick it up and place it flat on the ground. Good. Bend those knees. Inhale, roll up to stand again. So we're rolling up the spine. Head's the last thing up. Big exhale once we're there. Good. Get into mountain pose. Bring those feet a little closer together. Bend the knees. Inhale, roll all the way up. On my exhale, if it feels good, very gentle back bend. Again, you can really bend your knees here if this feels better. Inhale up to the top. Exhale, swan dive down. Hands to shoulders, stick your bum out and come down. Good. Bend those knees. Send your left leg back, low lunge. Have that moment just to shift around. See how it feels. Good. Twisted lunge again. Left hand down. Inhale that right hand nice and high as you look up. And as you exhale, sweeping the hand forward, drawing that semicircle, bring it back down. Onto the open side. Remember, right hand can go further away. Inhale, lift that left hand nice and high, open out. And exhale, sweep it on forward. Good. From there, dropping that back knee. Either staying on the toes or uncurling them, whichever you prefer. Rolling back, runner's lunge. Coming onto your heel of that right leg. Trousers don't stay up today. Have that little rock around. Remember, if you prefer to, bend this front knee. So it's just about finding how it feels today. Don't need to be pushing the boundaries too hard for lunchtime yoga. Just having a little stretch, a little sway in the bottom. You can maybe grab the toes if you want to. Bring them a little further back. You can always inhale, lift the bottom a little higher, get the stretch. Exhale, soften it out. One more breath there. So we inhale and exhale. Slowly roll back forward again for your low lunge for me. Curling the back toes if we have them down, lifting that knee. Bend your back knee. We're going to come back into our forward fold. So we shift the weight forward onto the right. Bring that left leg forward. Good. Have a little moment just to dangle here. We've worked the legs quite a little bit here. So if you felt like you had a bit more wiggle room, if you felt like you were getting a bit more of a deeper stretch in the back of the legs, you can always see about trying to take your arms behind your legs. Maybe hold hands with yourself. If you feel like you can relax your back and shoulders more, see if you can maybe grab hands to forearm. So opposite hand to forearm, relax the head down. You can still bend your knees here. We're just trying to stretch the back a little bit, open it up. Take a nice big deep inhale. And then as you exhale, bend those knees, relax those hands. Inhale, roll up to stand. Squeeze the tummy as you go. Exhale onto your mountain pose one last time. We can keep a little space between the feet for this one. Inhale, lift the hands all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, that gentle back bend last time. Inhale, back up to the top. Exhale, swan dive down. Ground the hands down, push back to plank pose for me. So we're going to try and keep those bums low. Have a little swish side to side to get that. A little cheeky side plank for me here. So bring your right hand to the middle of the mat. Roll over to your left, opening the left side. If you need to, drop that back knee, so the right knee down, just to support you. Breathe. And then we'll switch to the other side. So that left hand comes down. I come back to my plank pose. Up on those knees if I can. Take my left hand to the middle of the mat, rolling over to the right. You can play around with the feet. You can drop that left knee down if you need to. It's lunchtime. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale again, gently roll it forward into plank. Soften those knees down, uncurl the toes, and gently come down onto the tummy. So try and keep the elbows tucked in and slowly come down. Good. Back into child's pose for me. Inhale, lift up to the knees. Exhale, slowly send you back. Remember, you can always take your knees out nice and wide for child's pose. Keep your feet together. Give your tummy and chest a little bit more room. So I just want you to have a few breaths there for me. So you should be able to feel that hopefully we've got the heart going a little bit. I can definitely feel my heart from that one. Just that little bit of moving around. I'm going to come down with you for my last little breath. Whenever you feel ready to, slowly walk your hands in towards you, coming up. And then I want you to come back to your seated pose, just where we started at the very beginning. So onto one side, crossing the legs, sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to take our 3 breaths to tune out from there. So bringing those hands down, take a big inhale to float all the way up. Easy exhale out the mouth. Brings the hands down to the chest. Just plugging the thumbs into the heartbeat. Find that nice, easy rhythm. Two more times just the same. Big inhale floats you up. Easy exhale softens you back down. And one last time. Big inhale. Easy exhale. While we have the thumbs on the heartbeat, it's a good time just to scan through the body again and just notice how it feels. You can then start to draw our attention towards the breath without changing it too much, just noticing how it feels in the body. And finally the mind. I just want you to notice how you feel right this moment. And namaste. Well, I feel like I've done some big deep breathing there. I feel like I've suddenly got a little burst of energy, which is good. This is what I needed. So I hope you enjoyed that little flow. Stretched out the legs and the back quite a bit there. And yes, hopefully I've done all right on the time. It's about 20 minutes or so. And I will be back on Friday morning, 8:15. I think that's what I said I'd do. I'll double check and let you know. And I've also actually, before this, at about 10 a.m. this morning, I released the warm-up pre-record video, which is about 15 minutes or so as well. So if you're looking for a little stretch to do at any point, that would be a good one to do. Or you could start to lengthen the class. So I'll slowly add some more pre-records in. But I shall leave you to go back to lunch or back to work. I think I'm probably going to eat some food. But I hope you enjoyed that, and I shall see you really